Channeled message back again. So I come back again for the channeled message. So please only take what resonates, leave the rest for the best. No bother stress. Anybody, when you look back on this, you know I'm not used to going live, but I thought let me go live because these channeled messages are long. Sometimes I'm giving the message, sometimes I stop, I'm burning a fag, I'm burning a spliff, and I got to come back because we're just ciphering, we're just gaining knowledge, we're gaining wisdom, we're gaining inner standing to be able to overstand certain situations, people, places and things, just ourselves, get that inner standing, that self-awareness, to know what people are doing, when we're finding ourselves around in relationships, in workplaces, why we're there, what's enabling us, what's supporting us, what's assisting us, what's dismantling our view, what's blocking our view, what's blocking our chakras, what's keeping us in those low, dense energies. So today we're in Job 34. So that is that you having that true inner standing. You're having that inner standing to be able to overstand certain situations, people, places and things, being able to know who you are, being able to grow, being able to evolve, being able to use your mind and to think how you need to be able to think. You're just getting that control, that complete love, that trust within yourself, the way you're acting, the way you're growing, the way you're achieving. That's you just having that inner standing, and that comes from the spirit within inside of you. That's you having that full divine connection to the spirit world. That's the divine wisdom that's transcending through ages, through time, and you're just looking at the conditions. That's the conditions from you as a young person to an older age that you're now. Well, I'm on it, I'm not providing, I'm not playing no games, so don't come on here trying to play games. Good evening, and I'm listening from UK, so thank you. You're from Ireland, thank you. And I'm fine, thanks. We're just gaining wisdom, we're gaining knowledge, we're gaining inner standing to overstand certain situations, people, places and things. We're reading scriptures, so we're getting that spiritual awakening because it's a spiritual page. We're out here evolving in this generation, connecting to the divine, to yourself, because you are the divine if you didn't ever know that. So when you keep searching and searching and searching, you're searching for yourself. So it's that wisdom, it's that condition as yourself from a young person, from a young man, and that does not negotiate or make those ineffective decisions. So when we're young, we're not negotiating, we're not making ineffective decisions. Sometimes we've got choices, we're just making these choices and we're learning through these choices. So as we're navigating through our life, we're getting that validity. So we're being logic, we've got to find that logic, we've got to look at the frustrations, we've got to look at the sound, we've got to look at things what's official, things that could be binding us, so like contracts, through people, workplaces, situations. You have to be able to accept those. Somebody's at being acceptable, looking at these work things, these legal aspects of life, things what are binding them, and they maybe want to be able to return to travel because they're looking now, they're looking within inside of their self, they're looking at that ticket. They may see you as that ticket to awakening. That Uncle Mark, I'm not going to request nothing because we're learning, unless you want to say something, Uncle Mark. You got some knowledge to give us, Uncle Mark, because we're in Job today, Uncle Mark. It's about our inner wisdom to overstand things, situations and things. So we're looking at ourselves, we're looking at that validity, and it's of data, or people are looking at their selves because they want to be able to return that ask to be able to come towards you. Here I am, Ramirez's auntie. I'm Danae's mom. Yes, I am. So we're looking at that validity. So you need your validity. Make sure you go to school and gain your knowledge. Yeah, gain that inner standing so you can overstand situations. So when you get older, you know how to deal with certain people, how to respond, how to act with them, looking at the physical aspects and the properties and your character of yourself. So this is what we're learning out here in these streets. It's that physical, it could even be social world. We're looking at how we're acting, how people perceive us, and the indicators. And that's your that's your validity, that's your credibility, that's your trustworthy, that's your importance for you to be able to listen to certain words, certain things that people be speaking, because that's trustworthy information. And it's important because listening is a key factor in life, and if we're not going to listen, we're not going to learn. So your friends, your family members, your colleagues, your school friends, these divine feminines, these divine masculines, family members, friends, take it all as it resonates. They're now speaking, they're getting inspired because they're being inspired by you. So some of you lot will be doing something good because you're inspiring people, and they may not have told you this. You may have discerned it, you may be looking and discerning what's right, and they could be looking and discerning it's what's right, because you've got that knowledge and it's from far within inside of you. It's deep, and it's a scribe, and it's regarding something, or someone's gotten some knowledge to come and bring to you, and it's deep, and it's scribed, and it's associated with somebody or something, and it's a sign, and it's a credit. And it's not no importance, or it's not having a loss, but it's not importance to you, but people are having a loss of money. So someone's going to come and telling you about this money, and they've got to give account, because you may have understanding, you've seen and you have acknowledged, and now they're seeing and they're acknowledging your glory, and now they're calling on you because they see that you're wise, you're able to listen, you've got that understanding, and you're learning. And now they're listening and they're learning and they're considering the words that you be using, because you're of significance. And you may need to be tested. You may need to be testing other people's words towards you. So you have to just keep on going and keep on liking, keep on sharing the knowledge that you've got. You've got to be careful in the evaluations that you be doing, or when people's coming towards you to come and speak these words, think about the words that they're speaking. Because when we went to school, the teacher says, have you done your spellings? Just think about it. Have you done your spellings? So each word that we're speaking, it spells. And these karmic words that are coming out of their mouth, they speak in spells against you. And that's the tongue. So you're testing their tongue, because their tongue is testing food. And those food's a word. So you have to be careful in evaluating and understanding to be able to understand what is being told or being stated towards you. Just like I'm speaking now, just like when we're going to church, because we're in Job 34. If you're reading the word of Job, and you're not reading it right, you're not gaining that understanding, you're not gaining that wisdom to be able to understand certain things, because these preachers be preaching to us as younger generations, and that's why our forefathers and our ancestors didn't understand to be able to understand. No, they didn't listen, because what you were speaking, it was gibberish. You was talking no sense. You didn't get on our level. You didn't give us that understanding, so we can say, okay, right, when you're around that person, why is your energy feeling like that? Okay, because that person's depleting your energy. All right, and so when you wake up in the morning, you felt all right, and then twos, why are you feeling drained? Oh, because you've got people bad mouthing you and they're talking bad towards you. So you've had to analyze this, you've had to recognize this. You've had to analyze when people are coming towards you and they're holding knowledge from a distance. You could even be holding knowledge from a distance. I'm from a distance from you lot, but I've got knowledge and I've got wisdom. You're for a distance from me, you've got knowledge and you've got wisdom. And that's ancient. It's associated from our ancestors. It's that broader knowledge. And it's that broader knowledge from different perspectives. And these divine feminines, masculines, your family members, as well as friends, they're gaining a broader perspective of knowledge because of their associations where they were from their friends. Good day to you as well, Summer Joy. Hope you have a lovely day as well, Summer Joy, and I hope you're full of joy and peace and love and prosperity and abundance of knowledge and wisdom to be able to pass down to us younger generation, and us younger generation are able to help and support and pass the wisdom and knowledge to the elders. Because what you lot know, we don't know, and what we know, you lot don't know, such as these little linguas and words and the associations and things. Because the things that we've been told and what's ascribed, and those things are ascribed to us for our own justice. And these divine feminines, masculines and feminines, be defending your character now because they're looking at you and they're seeing your actions, they're seeing the things that you're doing. And their friends, who they was associated, are responding to these divine feminines and masculines, their complaints in regards to you. So they could have been complaining to regards to you. And now they're questioning themselves and their abilities and their thoughts and their feelings. And it's justice. And that's letting these divine feminines and masculines know their perspective was incomplete. Or the friends that you was associated around, their perspective of you was incomplete. So I've got to drink this drink. So they had negative thoughts, they were speaking bad things, and it was unnecessary. It couldn't even have been appropriate part, or it wasn't even falling. It was broken, finished parts of information. So they could have been telling little parts of information in regards to you, jeopardizing your character, making you look like you're something else. Just how I'm speaking here online, you could think I'm ghetto. Yeah, I am, but I'm lady. At the same time, you got to have that energy. You got to define yourself. You got to know when you're around certain people, situations and things, how to act, how to conduct yourself. You know, you was ghetto, but you wasn't so ghetto. You weren't in them low dense energies. You continuously kept on moving. These people had these different thoughts, and they didn't see them appropriate parts of you. And you just kept on trying, and you guided, you gave them information. And these divine feminines and masculines, as well as friends, they moved to more complete understanding now. They're gaining this understanding because they're looking at their challenging ways, because they see the temptations that they took, the which challenged their thoughts and their feelings, even their identity, even the way how they acted, even the way how they portrayed themselves, their moral judgment, and the things that they went to pursue. So now they're looking to pursue some goodness because they're seeing that they're around certain people that's negative, low, dense energies. And you just add your own careful consideration. You have to consider yourself. You had to evaluate yourself. You had to identify the opportunities that you're around, the people. You had to gain your own balance. Did you feel balanced? Was you feeling off? You had to look at the high standards of yourself. And you had to share discernment. You had to share your discernment with these people. You was actively seeking knowledge. You was understanding certain people, places and things to be able to understand things. You've seen people who was coming fake with the false odds. And the way how those lying and the way how they looked on the false odds to be able to gain certain things. You've seen those false odds to be able to gain your truth. You just listened. You identified, you recognized, you smelt the bullshit, you looked, and you moved from a distance because you looked it for your personal responsibilities, and you just chose to do the right path because they had said that let me do the wet one or the dry one. You says, nah bro, I can't get wet right out here because then when I'm getting wet I'm cutting up myself, and that's bleeding, that's wounds, that's emotions, that's feelings. Then I've got to identify myself, I've got to recognize myself. Now they're looking on you because they're looking, they commanded, your commands what you stated. They didn't want to listen to it. They thought you was just chatting ish. They didn't think you was doing right. Now they're learning, they're gaining this understanding because they didn't understand it. So when you're like, do you understand something? No, I don't understand nothing. Do you get me? I've got to understand it so I can understand it. So if I don't understand it, I'm going to do the same shit again. So now they're understanding this, they're seeing what's good, they're identifying what's right. They're seeing, they're looking in church now because when you look at Baker and Tyrone, when everyone's going down through the dark days, where do they go? They go to church. You gain religion, you gain spirituality, and you're just gaining your religion and spirituality, so you're aligned in both aspects. So you, like me, I will look up Hinduism, I'll look up Buddhism, I'll go to the Kabbalion, I'll find information from left, right and centre, because when you're just stuck in that Bible, you're stuck within one mind, you're getting doctored, and that's just you having a strict diet and not seeking knowledge. And you just relied on the divine guidance that was your Holy Spirit within inside of you. You went for Vikra. You had that discernment. You was distinguishing good from wrong, real from fake, like Baram. And you were seeing the unreal, like Mara. And that was your key. You looked at the key aspects. You had to identify and recognize for your spiritual growth, because you had to have that self-awareness. And that was for your maturity. Well, go on, Chrissy. So we have to have this to enable ourselves to be able to grow, because we're better bitches. We're not bitter bitches. We're out here. We're not out here causing chaos, destruction, hurt and pain towards people. We're not to be able to pretend. We just be, come as you are. And that's all you can do, is come as you are, continuously being that true person. So you're just gaining this knowledge. And it's the moral principles within yourself. It's about I am, I feel, I grow, I love. I've got understanding. Yes, put it on the left and the right side, just like you, Chrissy, my little sister. That's all we have to keep on doing. And that's for us to recognize and identify the information. And that's on the basis to make formal decisions, to make the correct decisions, to know that am I going to go down that lane? And if I go down that road, who am I affecting? Am I going to hurt my sisters? My sister's going to feel that way when I'm doing that and I'm speaking certain things, because my little sister's on this line now. So I have to identify, who am I going to affect? Am I speaking the truth? Am I going to embarrass you? Or I'm going to embarrass myself. Bad girl, no business. Bad girl, speak the things, because what's in the dark is going to come to the light. So you just got all that esoteric knowledge, because the Most High God gives you the messages. He gave you that marriage. You had that marriage with your left and your right side of the brain, and you had the marriage and the divine unions with these people that you had these commitments with, because it was a contract. Each person we made and bring into our life, it's a commitment, it's a contract. Now they're acknowledging, they're looking at the principles, the situations, they're carefully evaluating, they're looking at the information, they're looking at the words that people be speaking and saying, and the indications in the things what they do. And now they're gaining new perspectives. They're thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to be discerning this situation. They're discerning the people who they're around. Why are they speaking these things? Why is your name in that person's mouth? You're obviously doing something good for that person to continuously keep speaking your name. They're trying to disassociate you and put you through certain things. Why? So although you could be considered to be right, they're trying to say that you're a liar. They're calling you to be a liar. You've been faced, you've been misunderstood, and you're suffering pain. So they put you in pain. They cause suffering towards you. They put falsely accusations towards you while gripping in. And you had to have a gripping in self, a sense of your own divine injustice, what they was doing towards you. So you was have to look at these events. You was looking at the circumstances, and you're seeing all the things reoccurring, and despite of the truth that you're speaking in just had to be a benevolent way. It was kindly a way to just be charitable. You was profitable. These people wanted to profit off what you was doing. They tried to speak bad in towards you because they thought they was going to gain. Basically, they wanted to mash up your finances, your romance, your love life. They wanted to make you not be going certain places and doing certain things. Well, go on, Bree. So they were stopping you, all due to the fact of who you are. Really, they're watching you. They think you got more than what you got. They think you're doing more than what you're doing, and they wanted you to suffer. They spoke about you. They neglected you because you was rather charitable within the knowledge and the gifts and the support and assisting and enabling, assisting people. They wanted to suffer you. They wanted you to suffer. They wanted you to have misfortunes because they wrongly judged you, and they labelled you. And they labelled you this, they labelled you that, even with intentions. And you just knew you was connected to the divine, so you didn't have to even want to even get involved with these people. These people were speaking so much bad things because of the actions, what they was doing. And it wasn't pure intentions. They wasn't genuine. They was doing it out of greed, lust, pride. They was in them 7 deadly sins. They weren't identifying and recognising, because you experienced that suffering. You experienced with a clear cause. And as to why, you didn't even have no explanations why they're doing these things to you. You had that profound suffering, and that was that state of you having to call on the Most High God. You may have had to call on the Most High God and ask him. You had to humble out yourself and be before the Lord, and he will exhort you. So you knew you had to humble out yourself. You was before the Lord. He exhorted you. He gave you that marriage with your left and your right side of your brain, because that's the marriage that we want first before we want to marry anybody else. You want to marry yourself, your subconscious and your conscious mind. You want to have that both connected, because if you ain't got that connected, you're not going to be moving right. You're going to picking and you're picking shit. And then when you're marrying people, because that's marriage in your womb. So you got to look at your wounds. You got to see what's my inner reflections of myself. Why am I hurt? Why am I feeling this pain? Then you got to balance it out, because it's that yin and yang. You've got to have that clear explanation. And that's that state of quality or emotion. And it's very great, and it's intense, and it busses you and it licks you down. It gives you that awakening. Makes you know who you are. You're thinking, Lord, why do I keep going through these things? What? And it's asking you, who are you around? You're not listening. Who you speaking to? You're not listening. Who you telling your business to? You're still not listening. And that was great, profound feelings that you had to go through. And you had to get shown that. And now they're getting that great knowledge. And they're having that insight. So now they be feeling it all deep within inside them, that, you know, that spiritual awakening when the Most High God gives you the box and the lick, and you broke down and you're crying and you're having the belly breakdown. You don't even know what to do with yourself. And you're feeling like you're in the ocean of emotions. Because now they're in their oceans of emotions, because they were speaking bad about you. They tried to put you in your oceans of emotions. They didn't know who you was. Remember, you're a bad girl. You had to get back out of that. You had to remember who you are. You were out of cool runnings. You had to see your pride. You had to see your power. You had to protect yourself, because they was penetrating this deeply into subjects, into thought and knowledge. And now they're gaining that deep insight to understanding. And you just did that overstanding business, because you just looked at them and thought, what the backside you're doing? I don't know who you think you're doing. You need to dig deeper. You was just intelligent. You dropped philosophies on them. You dropped knowledge on them. You dropped scenarios, and you weren't playing. They've tried to put you in stupid ways, and you just changed. You made use, clear indications of the talking, what they was doing, the methods that they was trying to use, the activities that they was trying to achieve. They was even trying to achieve goals with great difficulty, because you just detected them. You noticed it. You felt it. You thought, what the backside of these people doing? Are they for real? You had to call on them. It doesn't matter how slowly you went. You continued. They couldn't stop you in your ass. You was that orange. You just let yourself go. You identified. You know, you was able to be able to do things because you're awesome. You continue, kept on moving. You move with that knowledge. You move with grace. You continue towards your goals, because you was growing, you was achieving. You looked at the optimisms. You gained your good luck. You expanded from these people, because you had philosophies that was knowledge and wisdom and abundance of joy and peace. And you looked at yourself. You travelled away. You moved from them. You took yourself clear away, because you felt all these things within inside of you. And it was not easy. It was hard. It was hard to understand why these people were speaking these things, what they did. Because at first glance, it required careful and even a keen eye of discernment to these people, because wolf in sheep clothing. It's all right, we can all like come like this, and you know what I mean, and I can have this soft voice, so you lot can get enticed by me, but I'm fucking got this deep voice, so I'm glad I got this deep voice, so I'm discerning to certain bad spirits. And you just had to stand there and look them in the face and rebuke them, because they thought that you didn't know what they was doing. But the spirit within you kept on showing you, because you kept on doing it, and they was trying to draw you out. And they was doing it with much attention. And they was doing it from day and night and day, even making you not even be able to sleep. So they're tired. And now they're feeling that real purpose, because they've got to make that change now. Because they was doing it with intentions. And they had intentions behind it, because it was deceit. They was moving like one demon. They was moving like the devil energy. And they didn't understand what was wrong with them, because they was negative. They needed to heal. And you just kept on sealing. You was moving. You seen the sufferers. You challenged through that suffering. You maintained your faith within inside of you. They tried to make you confused, but you confronted them. You confronted the adversity. You stood up. You remember, we're junior brethren. We're cool runnings out here. All us 80s kids, we watched that film. We've got pride. We've got power. We're a badass mother. We're not taking crap off of nobody. So we had to identify that. Now these divine feminines, masculines, your family members, your friends, your colleagues, now they're looking at the consequence of their sins. And they're looking and they need to be able to allow time to change. They need to allow time for the Most High God to give them one boop in their neck back, in their 33 vertebrae, give them their spiritual awakening. Let that Christ oil rise up to their crown chakra. Let them wake up and let them identify and recognize backside. I was sleeping with that dirty brass there. I made that man come and take up my energy. He was in my space draining out my time. Sorry, you had to look at this. So now you've got to reconsider. Now they're reconsidering their compliance is what they had. Now they're looking at their faith with inside of them and knowing that they didn't have none because they were spiritually blinded because you picked up and picked and you picked and you picked and you picked shit. And you chat and you chat and you chat and you chat till you chatted shit. And now we're having that suffering. Because that was suffering that they caused towards their self. Because that was their cause and effect. Because what you put out, you're going to get right back. Because what goes around comes back around. Yeah, my baby. Something they didn't know. You just had your stone. You had your shield of armor. You spoke. You had to fire back at them. Yeah, you ain't business. The Most High gave you the word. He said the words within inside of you. You rebuked their spirit and their bad energy. You let them know the Most High may put me through these deep waters, but he's not going to make me drown. He's going to tear me away. He's going to remove me for a reason. What's the reason? Why are you in my life for? What do I need to learn from you? Who was you in my past life? Oh my gosh, was you there to stop me on my tracks? You rebuked that person. You made that decision. Now they've got to make that decision because that decision, they're looking at the results and they want to be able to follow now. Because there's consequences to the actions that's leading them now. Now they're asking God to grant me serenity, to accept these things I cannot change, and grant me the courage and the wisdom to know better. Because they had a vivid picture. Their picture is being painted of you. And that was like that interconnectedness. Now they're looking at the events, and that's reoccurring in their mind. They're looking at the complexities, what they put into place. And it was fundamental ideas, and it's helping you. Or these divine feminines and masculines, family members as well as friends, now they're abstracting, they're looking at the material, the representations, the things that help them to understand, to be able to overstand the categories that people put you in. Try to lie and say that you was of this thing and you're not real and you're fake and yeah, she did this and she did that. Why are you chatting shit? Because remember, people, listen, you little 6 people online, point your finger, right? Point your finger out in the air and one up in the air car. Once to the Most High God. Once to the person that you're talking about. But 3's ricocheting back at you. So it's just shadow work that you need to do to yourself. So stop chatting shit to people and telling people you're this and you're that. Because basically you're this and you're that. They're just there to give you that healing, that inner work, to make you understand, to be able to overstand yourself. Because it's all about yourself. It's about self-awareness. You get it? Yo, Ashan, I ain't inviting you to do ish, right? Call your mum. Yo, Wagwan Secure. You alright, cuzzy? You got to be your own representation because it helps you understand, to be overstanding certain people, places and things who are bored, who ain't got nothing to do with their self, because it's for your justice, because you're developing, you're evolving, you're growing, you're just seeing, you're enabling other people to be able to see these situations and things. Even if you've got to evolve from family members and friends, remember we're only born into them. You don't have to love them. I did say that. You don't have to love them. You don't even have to like them. They're there to show you who you are. You might be there to show them who they are. You might enlighten them to let them know that they need healing work, that they're stuck, that they're lost, that they're full of shit and full of trauma and hurt and pain and they haven't got over certain shit. You just need to let go. You're just a bit of duck, right? You need to get better. And all your judgments that you made, they was like wrong judgments, mate, because it's the judgments of yourself. And you just looked at them and you just hold yourself and you looked at your faults. You know you're not perfect. You just, what's perfect? Nothing ain't perfect. Anytime you're picking up anything, even a row ain't straight. So how can you be straight? You get it? So you just keep on moving. And you identified. And they scorned you. They was chatting shit because they was moving like water. And they absorbed bare bullshit. They was listening to it. Oh, do you know Collector? Yeah, but Lady Brownie, she thinks she's too nice. Yeah, kawaii. come lay the fucking bomber clock brown in your face favor. Yes, I am nice. If I don't think I'm nice, who's going to tell me that I'm nice? Am I waiting for validation from you? We don't wait for validation from nobody. We have to validate ourselves. And if we're not validating ourselves and waiting for people to judge and judge and judge and judge, well, you judge and be judged. Because that's what it's like. Hi, Sadie. Hi. So if you judge, you're being judged. So you have to continue to keep moving, and you just hold yourself. You got yourself out of the adversity. You've seen these divine feminines, masculines, as well as friends, that they was full of mockery, without visible distress or impact. You kept on moving. You didn't bring back what they brought to you. You didn't embarrass them. You didn't do the things that they did. Meanwhile, these divine feminines and masculines perceived willingness to continuously commit. They indulged in it. They was disrespectful. They didn't even have no manners because it was rebellious. They talked rebellious towards you, and you just drank your water and mind your business. Drink your water, mind your business, because you just purify yourself. Sorry, I got some tango. You drink your juice and just mind your business because you purify yourself. You're just letting go of negative energy. We've got better things to sweet us out here in these streets. We're releasing, we're committed to the divine, and they're indulging in all shit, and we're not directly indulging in that, so we've got to keep on moving, because we wasn't complying with them. And they wasn't happy due to the fact that you weren't climbing with their words and their attitude and the way how they were and their nature, their characteristics. And now they're overwhelmed because they'd thought, oh my gosh, how comes you was the only one who didn't bow down to their words? You was the only one who want the sheep, who followed back at them. You knew that you was your leader. You knew you was your own shepherd. You was a coach coaching them. They want a team player. That's what they didn't realise. And they didn't look at your character, and now they're overwhelmed. And you could even be related to these people by blood. These could even be your family members that was doing all of this to you. Do you know that? It could be your friends. It could be people that you grew up with that was associated around you, that be talking all these bad things because you're moving up in life. You're evolving. You're growing. You're dreaming. You're seeing the illusions that these people put into your place. These things where they blocked you and it was friends and family and associates. They could be doing, they could even be behind the screen now watching and clocking and trying to block. But screen record it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something, because it's knowledge, and it's best to be better than bitter. And to keep moving, and I've told a lot of you lot girls, be better people, because you're connected, and then you're afflicted and you're associated with negative energy. But you just got to keep on moving, because that's the atmosphere that you're putting in and what you're getting out. And it's related, and these people are related to you because they scorn people, and their words and their actions, what they keep on doing, they're not righteous. They just take pleasure in speaking gospel of bad bull-ish because they haven't got nothing better to do. Before you go and start cooking something or get in your garden and start, come and cut my grass. You beg you, come and cut my grass. Do you get me? Or come and paint my shed for me. A revamp. Because I'll give you something to do with yourself. In fact, I've got met sweets. You can, one, if you want to come and take out my sweets and deliver them, do something. Because some people are bored out here in these streets. They don't know how to be creative. They're taking action and willingness, and they're not disrespecting other people's thoughts through the words. And your words are just positive and powerful. They're just helping people to analyse and recognise. You're just claiming that rightful aspect. Do good and good will follow. You're not making a mockery of people. And they was mocking your ways. They was trying to make out like you wasn't divine, you wasn't pure, you wasn't connected. This time you got your marriage. You're married to the Most High God in the divine. You just humbled out yourself, and you're just transcending and transforming all these old patterns, people, places, of things. You had to let them go, and because you let them go, they don't like it. So you keep letting people go because they was testing you and teasing and showing scornful ways, but because it was hateful and that was contemptuous. They be just using little things, and they're doing it for superiority because they wanted power over you. Because they couldn't gain power over you because you're connected, you got that balance. You kept on keep on moving forward. They didn't like it. They tried to disregard you and speak bad about you behind your back to obtain your things in an unkind, cruel way with no sympathy. They had a lack of empathy. They didn't even understand to be able to overstand certain situations, people, places and things. And they was doing it with the intent. And these divine feminines, masculines, family members, even your flipping friends. Those ones that are always close to you are the ones that want to burn you. Are the ones that want to step on you and put you down. It's like that crab in the bucket. They're like, boom, they're trying to climb over you, get your stuff. And you just spent your time. You spent your time within. You looked and you seen they was melee, they martyred, they was corrupted, and you was just upright. You kept on moving. They didn't know how to be able to please and enable and support and assist and provide and do things of a good way. You just gained your knowledge. You kept on moving forward because you had those seals. And you ain't selling no fear for personal gains. You weren't trying to put things in towards people. You wasn't doing it for judgment. You didn't want to abuse people, neglect them, make them feel hurt and sad and promoting stuff for negative aspects. You did it for a good thing because you had got that divine connection. You help people, you support people, and you're busy. And they was too busy out there doing adultery, hurt, pain, low energies, looking for greed, connected to Jezebel, Latvia, succubus spirits who put them in low energies, speaking bad, doing bad, even though when they thought they was doing good because they was gaining, due to the fact they was gaining monetary. And that was that complete trust. You had it with the divine. You had to move from them. You had to identify that you stood your ground because you knew your character. And you knew you ain't that source of bail. You ain't on that bad shit. You ain't evil. You don't do things with morally unjust. You don't do it for falsehoods. And they was doing it to follow people. And you just embodied that perfect virtue. You had your virtues. You was adhering to those ethical principles. You had your fundamental guidelines. You understood to overstand. You knew the right from the wrong way. You knew what to do. You knew to respect people. You knew fairness. And you was responsible. These divine feminines, masculines, family members, as friends, they're not even responsible for themselves. They're not even responsible for their actions because they can't even come. They weren't even able to say sorry. They'd lie on your name. They'll speak bad about you. And that was just due to the choices that they was doing because they wasn't confident. They didn't have that confidence within themselves. And you just continuously identified. You see, when they tried to put on injury towards you, you moved away. You transported yourself. You were just open and honest. You was contemplating. You looked at the certain things. You identified. You got your knowledge and your skills. And you continuously kept on learning and moving forward. And you was able to communicate this. You was be able to communicate to other people so nobody else ain't going to take no crap off nobody. You're not going to sit down there in your ass while somebody's in your ass talking ish to you, making you feel bad. You're in your own house. Tell them to get out. Ask them if they're paying your bills. Ask them if they're enabling you. Ask them if supporting you. Ask them when you've got those friends who are bad-mouthing you and telling you, I don't know why you're doing this. Why? Because you can't do it. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Why don't you? So when you're looking at these whys, these wheres, these whats and whens, tell them to look at their actions because every action's got a consequences and every action's got a reaction. So my reaction to your actions is different to the way you're going to act and react. So you're just looking. They had temptations. You took the dry path. They took the slippery path. Now they've got consequences to their actions. Now they've cut their self. They're bleeding. They've got to fix their wounds. They've got to look at their self and recognize because all the things, because of lust, greed, envy, pride in their ego. And the Most High, the Divine, the Universe is going to judge them because that's the cause. It's their cause and effects. And it's according to the deeds that they put out. So now they've got to look at the things that they was putting out. Because what goes around comes back around. So now you're just transcending. You're looking, you're evolving. And now they want to be able to transcend because they're looking at the legal transactions because of mortgage and the relations and now because they was in relationships. Women speaking bad about you, men speaking bad about you, family members wanting your property. They was wanting assets. They didn't want to give you legal documents. They may be hiding it from you. And that's to try and prove ownership. And that's ownership of something. And that's just for a little bit of period of time. And they're convincing and conveying and they're transferring ownership. And they want to be able to verify ownership. So they could want ownership of your relationship, your assets, your house. This is in disputes. Or it could be a divorce proceedings. These divine feminines, masculines, family members as well as friends must be going through legal proceedings. They need validation because there's clauses in there and it's some legal rights. Go about your backside business, Smith and JD Dizzle. Sus, we're not playing that game. We're not playing games. I don't know how you lot sit on there and play games. What I'm about to do is sit on there and chat pop. And just met people come in there and like, yeah, send me gifts, give me people, give me. We ain't got that time for that thing. We're not there on that, the business there. We're gaining knowledge, right? Because we're transparency. We're looking ownership of ourself, of our wisdom, to be able to understand things. People are looking ownership of you. People wanting to be able to you to come on here, to be you to take their nuggets, to take their gifts, to take their things. We're not playing games. We're not playing games in these streets. You got to be assigned and delivered. Do you get it? I'm signed and delivered. It's on some proper things. So people are doing things signed and delivered towards you. They want to be able to come now because they're looking at the scales, they're looking at the barriers that you've put into place to be able to prevent certain things. Now they want to be able to come with good deeds towards you, because they're looking, people's taking your things now. Someone wants to come with good deeds because they was chatting shit in regards to your name, trying to block you, stop you, and not make you be able to keep on moving forward. But you was doing these good deeds because you was pleasing, and it was a divine gift now and a reward, and it's coming from the divine, because the Most High God has seen the things that you was doing, and that's correlation between the actions and the outcomes and the temptations. They had choices, and it was cause and effect, and it was righteous living, and you just continuously kept on moving right. And now these want to be able to come and make amends towards you, so they're coming with gifts for the losses, for the hurt, for the pain. And now they're settling and they're looking at the rewards that they want to be able to come to give to you, because that's looking at their self now, the background, the situation, the people, the things, and their personal responsibility to do good, because you do good. And now they want to be able to follow your good will, because they know judgment are going to lick them backside. So the Most High is going to gain and come and be able to tell them they need to be able to look, because they tried to be able to leave. They might want to be able to leave now, but they've got no room for doubt. Now they're doubting themselves, because you're looking at justice. You have to move, and you have to move out from these people. You have to take yourself away from these people, situations, and things, and question, why did they do evil? Because you don't do evil, and you can only act fairly towards these people. So even when they're coming back towards you to say, I'm sorry. What, granny, is a chain? Smoke it. No, it's not. No. Listen, if I could be born in my big zubbit on air, I'll be born in my big zubbit. I'll burn my spliff and my business. That's the best thing that you make sure you do. So you just act yourself fairly, and you don't do things falsely, because you're not no false-ish out here. You do right, and right will follow. You do wrong, and wrong will follow. So do good, and don't act like an idiot. Don't be chatting for, well, you bun that for me because I'm bunning myself too. And if I was online, normally when I'm doing the channeled message, me do a little one pause, and but obviously I know you can't smoke on it, so I ain't gonna be fast and be bunning up on it. So yes, I'm giving you lot knowledge. So you just continuously be in your good character. Maintain your good character. Just be just and be bright and be brave. You're more than welcome, and thank you for your being here and listening. What's your name? Billy, thank you. Just thank you anyway, all 12 of you who came and you put 3.5k likes on my thing. I appreciate it, because it's just knowledge and it's just understanding. We're out here to grow. We're out here to enable people. This is about people speaking bad about you. So anybody's been speaking bad about you, they want to come back towards you to do good for you. Any friends, family members, partners, past relationships, they're all coming back because they're identifying things. They was doing things through money. It was through greed. It was through lust. It was through pride. They was in those low chakras. So when you're just feeling sad and down, that's when people are trying to keep you low. So you have to continuously raising your frequency, raising your vibration, keep speaking positive towards yourself, even when people are making you feel unjust and you're not able to continuously keep moving. Just obey to the divine instruction. Listen to your right side of your brain. Listen to the positive ones. When you're feeling like, I can't do it, yeah, I can. Why can't you? Oh, because we're rare. I just feel a bit lazy. No, you're not. Get up. Move. Because these people are trying to slow you down, to stop you. But you continuously keep moving, because that's what guides you. It's the Most High, it's that divine source within inside of you. And no one can't take that power away from you. So even though they speak these bad words and restrict you, stop you, dismantle you, disable you, you've got that supreme power within inside of you. So no one can't question it. And it's governed towards you, because the Most High God gave that towards you, and it's persuaded. And these divine feminines, masculines, and family members, as well as friends, they now want to be able to come. They've got to be able to give account to your works, because they're seeing your success. They're seeing that you're dominating over what they stated what was you was doing. And you're on that right side, and the right will prevail, because the Most High God says justice will prevail. And they use persecution and in bad words towards you. They persuaded to be able to lead people, to be able to do something, because they wanted to be able to claim something off you. And now they're looking because they're guilty because of the motives and the things that they done, and it was attracting. And now you're attracting other people, because you were going to have to speak about all these things, what these people did to you, because it's giving you that awakening. And now it's empowering you, because these people did it for his ex, and to make you go through that death. So you've got to go through those low chakras. And you know, when you're in your low chakras, it makes you feel bad, you know. because it's sexuality, it's sensuality, and that's monitoring spirits. That's low against you, so you're in your animal state, so you're not moving right. So you know when people are drink an alcohol spirit and turn mad because you got flipping demon's blood. You need to sort yourself out. You need to identify, recognize. Oh, she did that because of what? No, why do you feel like that? That's a part of you. You need to identify this. It stimulates to the actions, the motive, and it's prompted, and it's deliberately, and it's enchantments, and it's for the things what they allured to the self. And you enchanted positive, I'm love, I'm joy and peace. I didn't feel like how you feel. Oh, I rebuke that. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, you go, no, I'm not down with that. You had to look at that. And that was appealing. And it was appealing to your friendships because you was loyal. You looked at the treatments. You had the rights. You had your own privileges. You've got opportunities. You aligned yourself in the rightful ways. And now people want to be able to come and give you a privilege. Yo, Albrick, go and call your dad. I don't want to talk to nobody. I might come on here after and do a full thing, but it's boring. See people chatting pop. I don't want to do that, you lot. I'm just going to get out my message because we're nearly finished. So you keep on doing it because people are stopping you. And this is all it is distractions on your path. So people want to stop you so you're not able to speak. Yeah, they want to break you. They want to take everything they talk bad about you, but you talk lots to the Most High God because it's bringing you back. And continuously keep speaking because you speak love, speak life. These people be doing bad things to us all the time. Just to stop you on your tracks, on your ways. They don't know about what you're feeling. They don't even know you've got little health issues. I'm here online to you, like kissing my elbow at my shoulder, popping out. Girl's got fibromyalgia. I can't even walk half the time. You might see me, whoa, then I can't dance. So people don't know. When they're speaking these things to you, they're injecting hurt, pain. And it's all hurt and pain of what they're feeling with inside of their self. So when they're speaking these bad words and they're pointing these fingers and they're saying, yeah, because she's fake, yeah, she's chatting ish. But if you go to this, we're in Job 34. So take the Bible, you lot. When you take the Bible, yeah, read the scripture. Tell me if you lot got this message. And if you didn't get this message, you ain't unlocked the key. Because I got the key. I got the secret. I got the keys to another way. That's the keys. Listen to what these songs saying. I got the key. I got the secret. I got the key because most I gave it from my birth. From you was born, yeah, he gave us these gifts. These gifts were bestowed inside of you from birth, mate. Yeah, read the Bible. What gifts do you got? How are you going to use your gifts? That's your clairsensitive. You got ears, you got eyes to see, you got ears to hear. How are you going to hear? How are you going to use them? How are you going to use these senses? Because these 5 senses, you know. Fire, earth, water. Remember the 5th element. Yo, we are that 5th element, G. You're in lockdown coming, you got that true awakening. Yo, was you lot still sleeping? I hope you lot awake, you know. I don't care if there's 8 people, 1 person, no person, some person's got to have to listen. It's an algorithm. They try to block this thing. They don't want us to wake up. Yeah, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. You have to remember who you are. Don't forget who you are, because you have to gain that complete trust in your wisdom. Because this is your wisdom. That's your wisdom. That's your left, your right. Your conscious, your subconscious. That's your left brain, your right brain. They say hemispheres. They will say the cherubims in the Bible. One went down and they went down to rare. But you're connecting. You've got to connect those. That's that complete trust, because that's that sovereignty. You've got that supreme power. You are the power. You are the structure. You are the Most High God is reside inside of you. Just how are you using it? Are you using it for good, or do you want to be like the government on a political thing and take it for control and power? And what are you gaining? Ask them what they're gaining. Ask these governmental people what they're gaining. What they're gaining. Just want a teeth oil. And is it theirs? Ask them whose is it. Ask them who does it belong to. Who does it belong to? Oh, because the Most High God says it belongs to all of us. It's all of ours. And love conquers all, that's right. Because that's the main thing, what's inside of your love. That's surrender to your heart, surrender to your soul. That's when if you're not loving nobody, you're not loving yourself, how can you love somebody else? If you don't love yourself, how can somebody else love you? If you're not loving yourself and these people are speaking bad about you, how are you going to stick up for yourself? They want you to be brittle back like a little bone. This time they're a freaking junk or one big bat flying around, chatting ish to you to stop you. Let's see what's in my bag. Because I'm still in here, right? I got this bag. So if any of you lot are into tarot and you do listen to Goddess Queen Just Me 23, hello Russia, this is who gave me this inspiration to do this bag. And I've had this bag for like 4 or 5 years, and it's knowledge from books, from wisdom. Because I went to university, you know. Yeah, I did. I went university. So I went university, I went to college, I studied, I worked in social care settings. I worked alongside young people, people in top categories, full of motherfucking shit, yeah? Full of shit, out there just to get pays, just to work, and they're not even helping, supporting and assisting, enabling. They're telling me, I can make you, any one of you lot lack capacity, I can come into your house and deem you unfit. Why? Because you're stressed. Why? Because you're having a little spiritual awakening in life, you're just transcending. But they don't tell you that you're transcending, you're having a spiritual awakening. They'll make you go doctors and tell you suffer from depression. Oh, you've got anxiety. Oh, yeah, you've got stress. Oh, but they don't tell you why. They're not telling you fucking upholding bumper clock fucking trauma. Because when that person licked you down and broke you down and made you feel a specific way, and you had to go through that heartache, that hurt and pain, and you're asking why, and no one can't backside tell you why, but the spirit's showing you why, and then you're thinking, no man, that's not why. Two twos, it licks you down. It's like, yo, do you know that backside who was at my side all that time was doing this and doing that and doing that, speaking bad about me, and they was really there, and I was making sure they was all right. I was even dropping the kids to school and feeding them. Not any time that she needed anything. She even come to my yard for sugar, the cheeky itch. So you had to identify these people to be helped you grow, because you treat your kids and they treat their kids. So you treat your kids 16. You've got that positive thinking, positive thoughts. You had to change for these new beginnings. It was a significant change. You had to brace it and take action. That was inner strength. So you had to ask God to grant you serenity to accept things you couldn't change, gain that inner strength to overstand certain people, situations, even yourself. Look at your thoughts, identify the fear. And it was Daimios, twin or two folds. So you have to look at the left and the right side of yourself, the twin, the two folds. That's your mind, your brain, your thoughts, your feelings. Keeping my distance, piecing the puzzle. So you have to keep your distance from these people. You have to piece the puzzles within your mind, within your thoughts, your feelings, and you have to cultivate and act and react in certain different ways and respond to them when they're speaking and doing these things towards you, because you was cultivating yourself full of love, joy, peace and hope, where they're full of anger, bitter bitches. Yep. Don't wish for something you ain't got. That's what they was doing. They was wishing for all the things that you've got to stop you, to block you, to dismantle you, to not enable you. And when it comes different, it comes different shit. So when it comes back to them, what goes around comes back around. 10 flows different, baby. Then how they're going to feel it. Because accepting my life as it is, I ain't resisting my value or experiences. So you're just accepting it's just the way it is. No, you can't change certain situations, people, places and things, but you can change yourself. You just identify it and you're recognizing, you're acting, you're growing, you're evolving, you're looking at the energy, you're not down with the conflicts, you just keep moving. And you're moving in a flow by letting go. Let it pass and let it be. You're not robbing yourself and you're not fighting, surrendering, and you're not giving up nor giving in. You just keep on moving. So continuously keep moving, people. And because we're Arusha gods out here, Arusha, moving forward, taking the right steps. Walk on the rod. Keep moving. Ore. That's why I'm called Ore. I call myself Ore Lady. Because when I woke up one night in the spirit, all I heard was Arusha, and I thought, what the fuck's that? So I had to go on Google. And this is where I found this knowledge. Arusha God. And that's becoming ordained. So when the Most High God ordains you to become that true divine feminine, masculine energy, that energy comes from into our aura. And that's receiving energy all the time. So that's why you shine light like a bright. And people seeing you like, oh my God, you just look like you're shining. Yeah. Because the Most High God's working, divinely guiding, protecting. And that's road of opener. So that's road opening the road towards you. And that's because you could be wearing red, black and white. So they use them red, black and white candles for road openers. So you might need to be able to use red, black and white to open certain roads for you, because people are trying to block your way. Remember, they're speaking bad against you. They're doing these bad things towards you. And you're just moving in the flow to be able to let go of these people. Sneaking with your best friend. So these people be sneaking with your best friend. Your fat masculine could have been sneaking with your best friend. Your best friend could have been trying to sneak with them. Your best friend's on some shit. Listening to the bad they ever done. Listening to the good. Let's see what's outweighs. So now you're looking at the bad things of what these people have done. Now they're looking at the good things of what you've done, the bad things of what they've done, the good things of what they've done, and they're seeing which one outweighs to identify, do I need to be able to come back near that person again? Am I going to give them, remember the Most High God, people do the Most High God wrong in it, but he still forgave them. He discerned, he seen, he let them do these things, he gave them forgiveness, but according to their deeds. What did you put out? What did you do? How severe is this judgment? So now you're outweighing the bad and the good, and if that good runs and outweighs that bad, go and have fun. Go run with the good, because go and have fun. If these people come back and the good things that they did to you outweighs the bad things, run with it. Go and have fun with it. Karmic. The karmic knows who you are. You're doing the most. They're doing the most to slow you down. So that karmic knows who you are. They're doing the most to slow you down. So that karmic is the one who's speaking bad about you. You just stay alert. They don't want you to keep on moving. But I ran. It was too much. So you identified already. You ran from them. Blum, blah. You knew it was too much. You felt it. You feel it. You seen it. Now what I want. But I'm still winning positive out here over negative. So you know what you want. You're winning positive out here over negative. The karmic wants to reach out. So the karmic could even reach out because they've already been speaking bad about you. They want to reach out to you now. Didn't even think. They just done it. The fools. They didn't even think about it. They just did it. So when they spoke these things about you, they didn't think about what they were saying. They just spoke it. Chatted bare shit. Weakness, awareness. Don't fall to sleep to rational things. Don't let the ego take over you. Do not fear. Step back, observe something is wrong and seek the knowledge. Be woke. Keep your power. So you have to keep your power. Step back. Pray for your enemies and love your enemies. So you just pray for the enemies and love the enemies. Step back, observe the chaos. Choose to do something bigger and better. Do not give your power away. So you don't give your power away to these enemies. You just step back, you observed, you looked at them and you just thought, boy, star, you could have done better than that. They're trying to make you entangled in something you're not involved in. So they spoke bad about you. They'd be trying to put your name in certain stuff and say, yeah, she was there. Yeah, she did it. Even signing things on your behalf because they're wanting property, they're wanting money. So they're putting your name, entangling your name in ish. Yeah, even there. Them lies, you say. Seven of Swords, oh my gosh. Seven of Swords reversed. Oh my gosh, it changes things. New perspective. Take time to see it more wisely. Why? Why them do that? Or what them did want from you? Remember, you've got something special. Remember, you tell them, I'm so special, so special, so special. Don't let me walk with me 45 special. Keep on moving. You're special. Strength. Who is the center up of action? Just like in the lion. Remember, you've got that power, you've got that strength. Not letting your consciousness or weakness or a state of being unproductive or lacking in value in something or in the absence of something. Now, judgment taken. So some way they're going to feel this after putting you through hurt. To have to strengthen yourself to strengthen others. So people put you through hurt. You've had to strengthen yourself in order to strengthen others. Them fierce and all to harder, but it's all God. Because that's what our divine mission is for. And the things you act on also affect others. So you know that the things that you may act on, it might not even just affect you. It might affect other people. So you might not even be able to act or react in the way that you want to do it. So you already have to look at them and fuck them up in the head, punch them 3 times in the spirit. You know the spirit guys, the ancestors already boxed them down for you. Yeah, you kicked them, you done some chung lead, chop quats on them. You just gave them some boom, bare long truckers on their ass. But that was all in your mind, and you just look at them and smile and say, you're alright. Meanwhile, you want to box them over. You already assessed. They denied it. You cut them off. Now move right. You assess that. So you just done that. So now they're going to come back towards you. Because they want to come back and say something. Oh, you pushed me, did you? Get ready for my blow. So look, you already told them, oh, you pushed me, did you? Get ready for my blow. The divine's going to get you. The spirit guy's going to get you. Divine intervention going to give you that awakening. And it's going to be a big blow. And it's going to be low, bro. You're going to feel that. You already done that. I'm thinking of you each and every day. I got to call. I just don't know what to say. I see you. I want to call you. I just don't want to answer. So you could be calling them. They don't want to answer. They want to talk to you. They just don't know what to say because they know that they're wrong. And they know that they're lied. And they know that you will catch them out. But listen, spirit, in your ears, because you know you catch them out because you got the spirit in your ears. Spirit already told you. Spirit showed you. Spirit showed you about love and fear. And love, regret, anger, guilt, regret, sorrow, low frequency energy fields. Sad, depleted, exhausted. Love is radiant and light and happy and gracious. So you knew when you was around these people that tried to put you in fear, you felt those low dense energies. You moved because you knew that move with love. That made you feel light, joy. The purpose is providing me with my strength. You identified your purpose, providing you with your strength. Thanks for listening, guys. Wormwood, star, or an angel. They didn't realize you was just like wormwood, a star and an angel, being guided and protected. Sitting in the best vision of myself. So you're sitting in the best version of yourself. You're able to identify and recognize. You're continuously shining your light, continuously being you, knowing how to get down when them people want to come with them bad ass rank stuff. You just tell them about them blows beats, just lighting my fire back, letting go of those thoughts, just moving with my ideas, just getting in the seat of the divine. Thank you all for listening. I hope you only take what resonates, leave the rest for the best. On and about the stress. Can't even end the live. No, I don't want to invite nobody. Get off. Come into invite.